Hey everybody, Ace Chen and Liam here, and welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome battle between those Pokemon, just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight already and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button to show that you're enjoying the series, and of course, hit subscribe if you're new so that you never miss an episode. With all that out of the way, let's take a look at today's challengers. Today we're going to be comparing the two forms of Kangaskhan, which are Kangaskhan and Mega Kangaskhan. Now when you have a Kangaskhan in your party, it will always be in its normal form. However, a Kangaskhan holding Kangaskhanite will be able to Mega Evolve during a battle into Mega Kangaskhan, and will remain that way for the entirety of the battle. But what makes these two forms of Kangaskhan so different? Let's take a look. In its normal form, Kangaskhan stands at 2.2 meters tall and weighs 80 kilograms. According to the Pokedex, Kangaskhan protects its child by keeping it in its pouch. It has zero forgiveness for those who harm its child and will beat them down. You shouldn't get close to the child when it's playing outside its mother's pouch. Its mother is always nearby watching over it. As for Mega Kangaskhan, it also stands at 2.2 meters tall, but weighs a little bit more at 100 kilograms since the child gains weight during Mega Evolution. Its Pokedex entry states that the explosive energy the child is bathed in causes temporary growth. The mother is beside herself with worry about it. When the mother sees the back of her Mega Evolved child, it makes her think of the day when her child will inevitably leave her. Appearance-wise, both forms of Kangaskhan are basically the same, both being what appear to be mixtures of bipedal dinosaurs with some mammalian qualities, as well as having a pouch to carry their young in. The difference here being that Mega Kangaskhan's baby is much bigger in size and stands outside the pouch ready for battle. In their shiny forms, both adults swap out their brown skin for grey skin, and the tops of their heads change from grey to green, as does the top of the children's heads, although their skin changes from grey to a lightish purple. Now let's look at the typing, weaknesses and resistances of these Pokemon forms. Both forms of Kangaskhan are pure normal types, making them weak to fighting type moves only. They have zero resistances and are both immune to ghost type attacks. Now let's move straight on to the stats and abilities of these Pokemon forms. Regular Kangaskhan has a fantastic array of stats, with great HP, attack and speed, decent defense and special defense, and lackluster special attack, making it a very obvious bulky physical attacker. Its primary ability is Early Bird, which makes Kangaskhan awaken from sleep twice as fast as other Pokemon. Whilst Early Wake Up is certainly a perk, I wouldn't recommend building a Kangaskhan around the off chance of your opponent using a sleep-inducing move, since only a couple of spore-using Pokemon are really competitively viable. Its secondary ability is Scrappy, which allows Kangaskhan to hit Ghost-type Pokemon with normal or fighting-type moves. This is a great ability since it allows Kangaskhan to use its Stab normal-type moves on opponents whose stab moves Kangaskhan is immune to, which can be a great help in tricky situations. Its hidden ability is Inner Focus, which prevents Kangaskhan from flinching. This is another great ability since first turn fakeouts aren't just Kangaskhan's bread and butter, but can also be its undoing. So being able to take a flinching move without feeling the effects is a major bonus. As for Mega Kangaskhan, in typical Mega Evolution fashion, it builds on the already great stats of its regular form, bulking up its defenses, gaining extra speed, and taking a big boost in physical attack, making Mega Kangaskhan even more dangerous. Sadly, it does get 20 base power wasted in extra special attack, which would have been better suited elsewhere, but it's not that big of a deal. Mega Kangaskhan's only ability is Parental Bond, which causes every move used by Mega Kangaskhan to hit twice, with the second hit's damage being reduced to 25% of the original. Of course, in Generation 6, this was 50% rather than 25%. This ability, though, is fantastic. Since Mega Kangaskhan already has boosted attack, now it effectively gets every attack boosted by 25%. Not only that, but any secondary effects, such as the attack boost gained from Power Up Punch, will also happen twice, which can make this big girl unstoppable if she's not dealt with quickly. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two forms of Kangaskhan I prefer. Honestly, it's gonna be Mega Kangaskhan. I don't see the point of using regular Kangaskhan when Mega Kangaskhan has better defenses, it's got better attack, plus the attack boost that comes with Parental Bond, plus any secondary effects get a second chance to hit. So if you use a move, for example, let's say something that freezes an opponent, it has 2 chances to freeze the opponent, it has 2 chances to make critical hits. It's just so much better. It's so much better. And they basically look the same, except the child is more detailed because during Mega Evolution, it's only Kangaskhan's baby that Mega Evolves, which actually is really cool, by the way. I like that touch, Game Freak. If you actually look at Kangaskhan, the mother never Mega Evolves. It's only the baby that actually Mega Evolves. There's no change in the mother if you really look at it. I'm pretty sure that's right. The mother doesn't Mega Evolve and only the baby does. And I think that's just actually really, really cool. But I've got to decide between the two. It's definitely Mega Kangaskhan just because it's got so much power behind it, so much defensive capabilities. And whereas a Scrappy Kangaskhan is great, I don't generally use Scrappy Pokemon against Ghost types because why would I hit a Ghost type with a neutral fighting or normal type move with Scrappy when I could just use a dark type move on it and use a super effective attack, or even a ghost type move on it, which is a super effective attack. It's a bit of a waste of time. Whereas a parental bond, Mega Kangaskhan with all those boosted stats just seems to be the way to go. But of course, it's not just up to me to decide which of these two Pokemon is my favorite. It's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do that, just for a little bit of fun, this is the part of the video that you don't have to take seriously. It's time to see these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. And remember, it's a Metronome battle. It's not a test of who's the best. We just want to see these Pokemon in action just for some fun. Relax. It's Pokemon. It's not that serious. Before we get into the battle, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any held items. They've got neutral natures. They're both the same type. The only advantage or disadvantage any Pokemon in this battle gets comes from their base stats, and everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. We are here with Kangaskhan versus Mega Kangaskhan as my voice slowly makes its way back into my body instead of me being disgustingly ill. How is everybody? Are you ready for this wonderful form fight? We have Mega Kangaskhan versus regular Kangaskhan. Of course, regular Kangaskhan has inner focus. Mega Kangaskhan has parental bond. Fake out from Mega Kangaskhan taking a play out of its own playbook. Normally, Mega Kangaskhan will start off with a parental bond fake out. That was great. We see spikes coming out completely useless from the regular Mega Kangaskhan. So not the best turn for regular Kangaskhan, but certainly a great turn for shiny Mega Kangaskhan. Here we see shiny Kangaskhan going for Fury Cutter, but it is avoided by the Mega. And here is regular old, good old standard Kangaskhan going for Power Trick. So not the most interesting play in the world there. Swapping the old attack and defense, so now it can't use its physical attack as effectively as it would like to. Very confusing play there, as we see Shiny Mega is going to go for Charge. It's going to increase its special defense. Very nice play there from this Mega Kangaskhan that really seems to know its stuff right now. It's really got a game plan going on. And here's the regular Mega going for Venom Drench, but it does indeed fail as it goes over to the regular Kangaskhan team, I should say, as we see Grudge coming out. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wants its target to bear a grudge. And here is the shiny regular Kangaskhan. What's it got in store? Going to go for Doom Desire. It's going to do some steel type damage in a couple of turns time. Very interesting. Chose Doom Desire as its destiny. What a wonderful bit of flavor text right there. And here we see regular Mega firing back with Attract. But of course, in this game, in this world, the females can't attract the females. I'm not sure I agree with that, Pokemon. Let's be a little bit more progressive. But a prismatic laser from Shiny Mega onto regular Kangaskhan. Only a tiny bit of damage there, but does get the 2 hits because of the parental bond. And of course, Kangaskhan and Mega Kangaskhan, not known for their special attack, really. Shiny Kangaskhan goes for Mirror Shot onto, or it looks like regular Mega for a tiny bit of chip damage there, but does get the drop in accuracy, which might play in the favor of the regular Kangaskhan team if they are lucky. Regular Kangaskhan goes for Mud Bomb onto the shiny Mega for a tiny bit of chip damage there. Barely scratching the surface. It's been all Mega so far from the get-go. As regular Mega goes for Nightshade, but it doesn't affect Kangaskhan because, of course, normal types aren't affected by the ghost type moves. And, of course, the other Mega Kangaskhan has to recharge after that prismatic laser. There's Acupressure from regular Kangaskhan, raising its special attack sharply as the shiny Kangaskhan looks to fire off some offense. Nope, Cotton Spore. Cotton Spore on both the Megas there, which will drop the speed harshly of both the Megas, which I think gives the speed advantage to the regular team, so not a bad move there. The Doom Desire attack does hit for minimal damage, because that's a plus special defense Mega Kangaskhan right there. Here we see Shiny Regular, who is now faster, going for Embargo so no one can use items. That is a waste of a turn. Oh, sorry, only the regular Mega can't use items, but again, no one can use items in this battle anyway. So a redundant move right there. Here's regular Kangaskhan going for Sharpen Wow, going to increase its attack. It needs to after it swapped its attack and defense. What a fool. What will the Mega do? What will the Mega team do to retaliate here? Shiny Mega is going to go for Bind. I mean, that is going to get 2 hits, so that's an interesting play there. Very minimal damage, but it will get 2 hits from the Bind. And then that Kangaskhan may... Is it going to take Bind damage at the end of the turn? Am I thinking of Wrap? Probably. Can't quite remember. We'll find out at the end of the turn. Here is regular Mega going for Water Shuriken. There's a hit. There's a second hit. There's a third hit. Three hits there. And there is the Bind damage. So yes, Bind does work the same as Wrap. I had a very, very, very blonde moment there. Probably my girlfriend's fault. Let's blame it on her because she's blonde. Here we go. Here's Shiny Kangaskhan going for Crab Hammer. Will it get the crit? Does not get the crit, unfortunately, on the Shiny Mega there. And we have regular Kangaskhan, which is going to go for Defog and lower the evasiveness of, wait, is it the evasiveness? Sorry, yeah, it is the evasiveness. I thought it was. I was debating between evasiveness and accuracy. I'm a little bit rusty. It's been a while since I've recorded a form fight. Here we see Shiny Mega Kangaskhan going for Charge Beam. Very interesting play there. Tiny little bit of damage because of the special attack. Special attackers are not what Kangaskhan are. Let's put it that way. But its special attack did rise, so it may have more of a shot next time. Here we see regular Mega. What's it got in store? Going for Spit Up, but it's not stockpiled anything, so that move fails. And there we see more Bind damage, knocking out regular Kangaskhan. It is Shiny Kangaskhan versus both Mega right now, which does not bode well. But it's still at decent HP. It still has a chance to fight back. What is it going to do against both these Megas? It's going to go for Leaf Tornado, but it is avoided, unfortunately, by the Megas. That's a sad moment for Shiny Kangaskhan there. We see Shiny Mega going for Facade. Only the normal power Facade, though. Oh, huge damage, though, and the Parental Bond hit. Of course, only regular power Facade because there's no status condition in effect on that Shiny Mega there. Here's regular Mega going for Bulldoze. Avoided by Kangaskhan, so it's going to hit its Mega counterpart for a little bit of damage there. And drop the speed of that Mega. It doesn't get hit with Parental Bond, though, with it being a spread move. So that was lucky for that Mega. Here's Shiny Kangaskhan going for Fire Lash. And that is going to hit the tiny bit of chip damage there and a defense drop on regular Mega. What will regular Mega do to fire back? I have no idea. It's going to go for Brick Break, which is super effective on Shiny Kangaskhan. Is it enough? Takes it down, and the Megas have won it so easily. It was so easy for the Mega. That's a testament to that Parental Bond right there. That was a fantastic form fight. Well done to Mega Kangaskhan.
So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which form of Kangaskhan is your favourite? Is it regular Kangaskhan or is it Mega Kangaskhan? Let me know down in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And of course, that's where I'll leave it for this episode of Form Fight. I'd like to thank everybody that's been really supportive while I've been ill this past couple of weeks. It's been horrible. Losing your voice as a YouTuber is dreadful. Please support this channel by hitting like on this video and hitting subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel like the lovely people down here do, you can pledge to my Patreon, patreon.com/AceTrainer Liam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.